Hello you lovely people and welcome. Today we're going to be cold starting the CJ Simulations Eurofighter Typhoon. We're on the ramp at Coningsby, on the 41 Squadron ramp, and yeah, let's jump in the cockpit and get this thing fired up. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to remove the covers, and we're going to open the fuel cot for both left and right engine. Switch on the battery, the avionics, and then we're going to switch the APU on. Now we need to be careful not to linger around for too long without any generator power, because if we leave the battery on and the APU on for too long, the battery will die. Roughly around about 10 minutes, I believe. So yeah, you've got some time to get things going. We're going to stick on our navs and our anti-collisions. Switch on this switch here so that we have a pilot visible in the cockpit. Now we're going to get the engine started. So just make sure that the APU doesn't automatically shut itself off, and we're going to get engine 1 started. While that's doing that, I'm just going to configure the screens. Okay, so now we have engine information. It's already in the up front control panel here, but I like to have it on the screen as well. Okay, and so everything's building up. Still got low oil pressure. That will change in a minute. Here we go. Okay, so engine 1 is up and running. We'll switch the generator on now. Make sure the APU is still on, otherwise we won't get an engine start. Switch on engine number 2. And again, just a matter of waiting for the RPMs to build. And the APU shut itself off, so switch that back on, otherwise we won't get an engine start. Wait for it to settle at around about 60 here. And close the canopy. Okay, and now the engine's up and running and settled. We can now switch on generator 2. Switch off the APU. As you can see, the annunciator panel here is now clear. Switch on the pitot heat and engine de-ice. Just configure the screens how you want them. I like to have mine coarse or like a darker background. Get this changed so that we have engine down here and fuel up here. Come down the back here. Switch on the FLIR switch. So if we want forward looking infrared, we just hit this button here and then hit elevation. If I do that now, we have a working FLIR. Switch that back to fuel and hit the FLIR button, switch that off. Okay, just make sure that everything's where it should be. Don't want fuel dump on. Rad on. Some of these don't work, some of these switches are just for show for the moment, but I'm sure they'll come online later. down the road, and then all we need to do is get the chocks removed, switch from off to taxi light, and then take the parking brake off and make our way down to the runway. We're up and running. I'll finish this video with a takeoff, because I've had comments saying that they wanted to see a takeoff after a cold start, so that's fair enough. And we just wait here. That's where we would get our clearance from. Make sure there's nothing coming in. Okay, and we switch from taxi light to landing light. Throttle up. Okay, let's jump outside, just make sure the surfaces are moving. So yeah, everything's moving as it should be. Okay, test the air brake, working good. Okay, so all that's left to do is get in the air. Quite a side wind today, Jesus. And to the moon. Okay, so that's cold starting the CJ Simulations Eurofighter Typhoon. If I've missed anything out, just add that into the comments, so that people know. Hopefully I've not left anything out, and I hope that's helped somebody. I know it's a bit late in the game, but I've just had a week of parenting, so I've not been able to get any videos out. This thing might slow down eventually. Let's see how much height we can get out of it before I end the video then. Hopefully we can hit 50,000. $50,000 from takeoff, that's not bad at all. Getting a bit floaty now. Wow, air traffic below. There we go. Right, so that's cold start. Hope that's helped. If you got this far, thank you for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.